I think I've made all the high priority videos that I wanted to make for Pokemon Unite, so this is my life now. I'm just going to be plugging numbers, looking up stats, and trying to figure out the most optimal builds for the Pokemon I'm interested in, and you can come along for the ride. But what I've learned from my recent flood of content is that people just want the information they're looking for, and they want to be told exactly how to apply it without any thinking for themselves. So 2021 and people not thinking for themselves, name a more iconic duo. And it is really sad that I did a video talking about the battle items where it's like, hey, I'm just going to rank the battle items, talk about their strengths and weaknesses, and how you should apply them to your own playstyle and what Pokemon you use. And then a lot of the comments were just, nah man, just tell us which one to use for every Pokemon. I'd want that video. It's like, I'm just putting out the data, and you could gotta tell that that is the skill and game sense gap kind of separating itself. And once you start getting into that higher end, like yeah, these videos aren't for everyone. They're pretty boring. They are really deep divey and analytical, and a lot of people can't handle that. That just kind of like shows with the Pokemon community. If they don't get their free hacked Pokemon in the main series, they pretty much fall apart and can't do anything. Much like how A-Drive is struggling with Pokemon Unite because he's not able to hack the game and modify it to his whim to trick his young audience. Weird stuff like that. So when I look at the numbers like this, it's like, yeah, what I've been trying to do tonight, and I mean, this is going to be multiple hours and multiple days, and it's instead of making videos, I'm going to be wanting to do this to then turn it into a stream to test it out or something. So it's going to be a different kind of content from here on out, and I will be doing like guides, but not as rushed. You know, Lucario guide, Gengar guide, those are super high priorities. Zeraora is like the most busted Pokemon in the game, so once someone gets slapped by Zeraora inside Pokemon Unite, or when they unlock it, the first thing they're doing is looking up a guide so they can abuse it themselves. So I did all my like strategic content about that, but then as you can see, I was starting to get like more thought-provoking and thinky about Pokemon Unite, and this is effectively where I'm landing. And I'm still like, I think all my reads, you know, Muscle Band, Math Cord, Discord, which you can find at like the bottom of the Pokemon Unite pages, or like the Pokemon Unite-DB.com. I keep calling it like Pokemon Unite DB. It's just Unite-DB.com. At the bottom of every page, they have the link to the Math Cord Discord. So it's pretty much like the math behind Pokemon Unite. Muscle Band is turning out to not be efficient. That was my early read. Tank stats being way overvalued compared to offensive stats. Also, just kind of what I've been plugging in here. And through the help of Atraske in the Verlisify fan Discord, if you want to join, become a member on YouTube, a patron on Patreon, or a subscriber on Twitch. Like, if you just have a Twitch Prime that you never use, just throw it over there, and then you get an invite to the Discord. So you can make use of that. We figured out the damage formula and how it translates into Pokemon Unite, so now we can get effective health values, and you can use this, well, not you, because we haven't made it public yet, but I've been using this to get the effective health totals for Pokemon against certain damage types. So it's like, yo, what does a level 3 Scorbunny do with Focus Band or a Rocky Helmet and then base health? Actually, an interesting amount of stuff. So it's like, is just tank always the best, is what I've been trying to like crunch and break down. Also, how does Aeos Cookie compare to Focus Band even without any goals? Because yeah, you're playing a tank kind of setup, so actually maybe tank wins the DPS in the long run. It's where you just soak so much damage and you get so many ability rotations, you actually come out ahead against other even mix like Buddy Berry or Focus Band plus 1 damage item compositions, to where just tank always wins out in the long run, and then you just bully them and eventually you find a chance to score. Therefore the Aeos Cookie stacks and you just get more efficient at scoring through sheer tankiness. Maybe that's something that ends up coming out of all this insanity. But even then, it's like, alright, what if I just don't score on Aeos Cookie because I'm playing a more defensive game and just trying to like get little picks and steals off the enemy team or something, or just scale into the late game through sheer efficiency? Weird stuff. So here we just have all these other things I've been showing. You can see the items, you can see the level, you can see the base health and the effectiveness. And this is only against 1 damage type, but the thing is, pretty much every jungle's a physical attacker. So does that mean Rocky Helmet is not a trash item now? Because if you use Rocky Helmet to like counter Zeraora, Talonflame, Absol, Greninja, Cinderace, Lucario, Charizard, etc., does that actually mean like maybe Rocky Helmet isn't trash? So that's kind of where this video is translating to. I just wanted to explain, like, yeah, I'm into math now, and the views don't matter anymore. Like, I got what I wanted. I saw how Pokemon Unite's performing. YouTube algorithm still dicks me over at every opportunity, because actually let's have some fun before we get into the math. Yo, an 80,000 view video? That's popping off. That's viral. YouTube must be, like, that must be everywhere on the YouTube homepage. 15% click-through rate? Actually, over up to 18%, because people are hyped for the Lucario. Actually, zero promotion. YouTube completely broken. Also, this was one of the videos that had my limitations and, like, didn't get any notifications sent because it was it was over my 3 per 24 hours. So this video got absolutely destroyed by how broken the YouTube algorithm is. 81% from YouTube search, 6% from Google search, 3% browse features. So it's like this 13% from YouTube recommending your content, actually a lie. More 3%. Browse features are homepage, and even not all homepage is recommended, and then like other YouTube features and channel pages and stuff. And then like I got no sidebar. Like it should say suggested videos if it's on the sidebar. So this video, which is outperforming most Pokemon Unite content on the platform, and also just being very high performing, very desired content for my channel, zero promotion. So it's like, I gotta make things that are searchable. However, videos like this aren't searchable, and that's shown through some of my other content, like the Talonflame video, or not Talonflame, the Cramorant video. No one's manning Cramorant out there, 5,000 views. It's all search. No recommendation to even make people interested in Talonflame. My Pokemon Unite theory of everything, 2K. That's unsearchable. No one's gonna find that. Also, the YouTube algorithm, like the YouTube search is tied in with the algorithm. So if I'm not getting lucky in like search algorithm, then the video isn't even gonna be discoverable through search. Therefore, it gets zero performance. So yeah, dislike botting continues to be a mess on the channel, and YouTube's broken, but it's been that way for the last couple of years. So yeah, it's gonna be so pretty much at this point, whatever content I make is just not gonna get picked up, and it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna put out the data anyways, and we're going to see how it plays out. So back to this. This is where I have fun. This is where I shine. This made me one of the best Pokemon battlers in the main series game for like the VGC, VG, the battle spot singles, etc. Where it's like, I find the stats, I find the efficiency, and then I just brute force my opponents down with them. So here we have like what you'd expect to be a standard score bunny, where it's like band, crit, buddy barrier. So it's like Focus Band, Buddy Barrier gives you 4,200 effective health at level 3 against physical attackers. Now it is different for special, and it's not like I have a 4,200 health bar versus physical, and then another 4,200 health bar versus special. Damage, math, effectiveness, weird stuff like that. But I'm trying to like figure out how defensive scaling works. So if we get rid of a crit item and we put in a Rocky Helmet, we have 630 more effective health against just physical attackers. Actually, wait, no. This is Cookie replacing Band, Rocky Helmet replacing Crit. So Full Tank Score Bunny is going to be 630 more health at level 3. That's hard to chew through. But then when I was like actually seeing what could chew through it, I realized why Lucario is so busted. 221% attack scaling on the quick attack. That needs to be giga nerfed. Same thing on the Meteor Mash. So Lucario has a 4.25 auto attack push built in, and then also that's really strong level scaling. Some Pokemon get 3 times level -1 scaling on their abilities. Lucario gets 11 and 10. So I mean, it just gets super strong scaling, and then effectively an auto attack, like its base health in damage flat. Anyway, so yeah, it's like, you're getting good effective health against Lucario. Like, at least you don't get one shot. You survive an extra quick attack, which could make the difference in some situations. I mean, Lucario's just out there, level 3, level 4, into the 186, almost 200 attack, which, as we see, scales really nastily. So you effectively eat an extra ability for an item after, like, so third ability rotation gets absorbed, effectively, and then you don't die. But there's nothing to take in consideration. Citrus berries, every citrus berry becomes more effective. Your goal shielding, your goal healing, all of that becomes more effective with defensive stats. So I think I've maybe been underselling defensive stats a little bit. Then we have this Huber Does Gaming who, like, did all the charting, and then this was really helpful for finding out, like, what the damage formula was, and then plugging that into an effective health formula. So it's like, I still think that defenses aren't that crazy and that health wins overall, and that's kind of where this video is going to go on the Eos Cookie and versus Rocky Helmet. But yeah, we can see, like, okay, we got something interesting going on here. Like, a Score Bunny feels pretty fat, and then I just kind of played around, like, okay, what happens if we have Band Buddy Barrier? So it'd be kind of comparing this to this, but Rocky Helmet instead of Crit. And oh, okay, we're slightly less tanky, but we still have the band. And the band healing is something to consider because that's going to be about 30% of your total health getting ticked over a couple of seconds. Now, you could get bursted through it. More health that you gain through other things, so like Rocky Helmet giving you flat health to scale into your band, to scale into your levels, to give you extra stats. Like, it all comes together and all kind of works, where it's like, oh, now I'm more durable, so I survive to get more health on top of my flat health, effective health, etc. And then the numbers just kind of, like, there's different builds, ideas. Well, if you go band Cookie Buddy Barrier, compared to Cookie Rocky Buddy Barrier or something like that. But if we're going to be doing the Rocky Helmet versus Aeos Cookie 0 stacks, this is it. These two right here. Sorry if it's confusing. If it confuses you, maybe Pokemon Unite isn't for you, or if you're trying to learn it, then I don't know what to say. Like, it is one of those things where flood of information, hopefully you can handle it and think for yourself. No inner monologue, kids have it rough. But, yeah, so it is weird because, like, Aeos Cookie is going to put you behind 280 effective health behind Rocky Helmet. And that's only against physical. So against special, you know, you don't have, like, it's going to be a different effective health calculation. But I'm only looking at, like, the best case scenario merit for the Rocky Helmet, where we have, you know, this thing going on. What can we figure out about this? So at 1 score at level 4, it's effectively negligible, and you're effectively down 1 score at level 3. You know, now what about level 9? This is what broke me. This is where I was like, well, this is the payoff of like an hour building this tool with Atroske, and then hey, he did like all the work. I just kind of said, hey, this is data I need put in. Can you do it? And he's like, maybe, yeah, and we got it together. So, this is hours of just, like, plugging in stats, trying to figure out how squishiness scales with defenses. Like, is tank build even better on, like, the squishier Pokemon? Does tank scale better on tankier Pokemon that just have base stats and stuff? And, it gets stupid, guys. It gets really stupid. So, at level 9, Cinderace has kind of scaled into the game. It's got its Unite move. It's doing its things. A 0 score band, or not 0 score band, a 0 score Cookie puts you at the same effective health, or, you know, like 30 points at this doesn't even matter. Put you at pretty much the same effective health as Rocky Helmet with its defense. Rocky Helmet is trash. If you score once, you have more physical effective health than the tank defense item, the tank physical item, and that just scales from there. If you get another 2 scores, 3 scores, 4 scores, etc. And also, Cookie is flat health, so you're getting more efficiency out of Band, you're also getting more efficiency out of Buddy Barrier, and if you, say, go really weird and you get rid of Buddy Barrier and you put in Assault Vest, then the Cookie is giving you more Assault Vest shielding out of combat. So, yeah, like, Rocky Helmet just sucks. I was trying to see if, like, is there a secret case for Rocky Helmet? Are we missing anything? But my read that Rocky Helmet sucks and Cookie is God actually holds up, and the calculations now prove it. So, I have a good idea of what's going on in the game, and I was kind of getting at that with my Theory of Everything video, but now it's like, okay, it's starting to come together. We're getting close to, like, the formulas and functions and what you find for efficiency and how you optimize Pokemon really well. That's what's making it a little bit extra spicy right now. But there is another component to Rocky Helmet, and I think this is actually what breaks the item in a bad way, to where it's like every 2 seconds, if you take 10% in a single attack, you deal 5% to nearby opponents. So I mean, if a Cinderace crits you across the screen, you're not dealing the damage back to Cinderace. However, the biggest reason why you pick Rocky Helmet is so you don't get blown up by a Lucario in lane, or a Cinderace gank, or maybe Greninja dashes through you and is sitting on top of you. So, like, yeah, Greninja passive dash, cool, you do 5% of your max hit points to a Greninja, and that's where I'm also, like, looking at the numbers. So now we have Lucario right here. So, Lucario has 550 base health with, wait, 205 defense? That's why Lucario is so busted as well. Lucario gets bruisery scaling. Lucario gets stupid defenses. So, 205 defense at level 9 on Lucario versus 127 defense on the Cinderace. And I know, like, melees and, you know, they need something so they actually don't get blown up on their way in. But Lucario gets in instantly and is then tanky as, like, a tank Pokemon while doing more damage than the squishies. So, 247 attack. But also, like, you gotta look at the scaling in some of these. Wow, that Pyro Ball scaling is actually disgusting now. Maybe Pyro Ball is the play. Again, just learning, figuring things out, working on that Theory of Everything. But, like, yeah, outside of Pyro Ball, like just an auto attack. You know, Cinderace wants to hit auto attacks. Even a boosted crit doesn't compare to like what Lucario does with some of its abilities. Extreme Speed is just a flat 255 and then gets an auto on top of that with the spin and then a 280 base. So yeah, Extreme Speed is worth a Cinderace auto attack crit. And Lucario like resets it while also having defensive stats, so ignoring more health. No. So yeah, ignore like getting more health and thus ignoring more damage. Math. My brain hurts. So let's look at how Rocky Helmet, like Rocky Helmet just needs like flat return damage on no cooldown. That would be cool. That would be interesting. That would make sense for the item. But with this like storing health and then throwing it back at the opponent, even if it didn't trigger in a single attack, it was like just after every 10% you deal 5% back, it just doesn't feel right because you take hits that are over, you know, especially if you're a squishy Pokemon, you take 20% in one hit. Well, that's only going to be one instance of Rocky Helmet. They may or may not be in range. So let's say with all of this, with the Focus Band, you're getting like 3 procs of Rocky Helmet onto a Lucario that's punching you in the face. That's not going to be a lot. Also, with Lucario's defense, Lucario is going to be ignoring roughly math. Oh yeah, it's alphabetical. So 25% damage. So actually, you knock off 25% of that 15, so you're only doing 12% of Lucario's health. It has a steadfast shield, so effectively like you're taking out the steadfast shield over time, but Lucario is going to like survive burst anyways with it and stuff like that. So Lucario goes from 5,500 health, like flat health, because we already did the damage calculation for the effective health, and then takes 12% of that. So I mean, that's not even a lot. We start getting into the numbers, like 12% of 5,500, really? Like, let's just round it up to 700 because math. That puts Lucario at 4,800 health in the fight, and then because of its high defense, its effective health is higher than yours. And this is without any items factoring in on the Lucario. So I mean, like, the Rocky Helmet doesn't even offset the duel. And like, it is cool to be like, yo, I'm getting 600, 700 damage just added into my kit over time for free. But if you're just getting the same effective health, then like, would you rather have 600 flat health as a squishy, or would you rather take off 600 health from the bruiser? And also Lucario heals and stuff, so I don't know. It comes down to preference. Is the math that, like, now does it flip? If as you're trying to trade in a tank scenario with an opponent, is that when damage matters more because his damage matters less, but Lucario just has more defense and more attack, or comparable attack, so I don't think like you win that trade if it's like, okay, I'm going to remove 600 health from myself to remove 600 health from Lucario. Well, as we can see, actually doing that, that'd be on the Rocky Helmet. So actually doing that still puts you behind on flat numbers, and that's before ability rotations, auto attacks, scaling, extra items on the Lucario even come into play. So would you rather have a cookie that then scores 3 times by level 9? I don't know. It does look like there is pretty much never a case for Rocky Helmet. If you score once on Cookie before Dreadnought, which seems possible, or you win the fight before Dreadnought, you know, you rotate early, use that to secure the fight before Dreadnought, score with your team on that, take Dreadnought, push him again, score again, rotate top for Rotom, score again, you got 3 scores by level 9. If you get 1 score in lane before Dreadnought, now you have 4 scores. If you get a double kill, they drop balls on the ground, and then you get like 2 single scores, you're winning. Like, you're only ahead in stats. And you could use, like, I think it just comes down to playstyle. Like, if you can find out how to out-damage or out-sustain your opponent through just durability, because, like, you can lose trades. You lose 50-50s if you're both auto-attacking a wild Pokemon at the same time and he has an attack item. But do you use your tankiness to bully him off of it, so then you get the secure, you get the level advantage, and again, levels are silly. Numbers are silly in this game. Let's go from level 3 to 4 on a Cinderace. Oh, it slides weird sometimes. So level 3 is 145 attack, level 4 is 151 attack. That's going to be 6 attack, and it only gets kind of crazier. So let's say also evolutions come into play, so like if you evolve, if you get abilities first. Pyro Ball coming online at that level 7. Cinderace's level scaling is, like, really different compared to Pokemon. And it isn't just Cinderace, it's all Pokemon that kind of get weird math and numbers coming in like this. But, so yeah, level 6 to level 7. Oh, wait, now we're talking about 40 extra health come into play. 40 extra health, so if you get a level advantage over an opponent, it offsets, like, 2 score shield. Like, a score shield, or not score shield, an attack weight. I was thinking score item. An attack weight that's scored twice. You're just offsetting that if you get a level ahead, somehow. And then you also just have the natural stats from the Eos cookie, which absorb an ability, which is maybe how you got into that position. So, the scaling gets kind of out of control, and the base stats are really fat for a lot of Pokemon. So it will have to be optimized for each individual Pokemon. Like, spending a day on every single Pokemon to come up with their best build is a thing. But then, like, putting that into a guide doesn't seem, like, as rewarding. So I'm just gonna, like, I spitball the raw guide. Of course, I'm gonna be covering Mamoswine. Of course, I'm gonna be covering, like, new Pokemon. Gonna revisit some other guides as, like, I play other Pokemon. Like, yeah, I'll just fart out a guide about this Pokemon because I understand it really well. But then to, like, get into the super analytical stuff, that's like personal. That's like, ooh, I want this. I want to show off what I learned and then start stomping kids with it. And we'll see how it goes. I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say. Also because, like, yeah, it starts getting really abstract from there. It's like, okay, YouTube doesn't recommend my stuff, and also because there's, like, a supply chain shortage and, like, ports are being backed up. I know it's getting, like, political or whatnot. Ad revenue's down. So, like, I'm making less money than I was in July per view. And I'm also still getting dicked by the algorithm, so screw it. I'll just have fun. I'll just enjoy Pokemon Unite. I'll play these stats and then, like, realize the game is super ugly and broken. But there's beauty in that ugliness. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.